Robin.
A lot of Rush fans checking in, Ant. Because I said 2112 instead of 2012.
Oh.
And they're saying the year of Rush. It's going to suck for Rush when they're not around when their big year comes around.
Their big year.
Yeah.
They'll play it, though.
Somebody will play
Someone
it.
in the future. They'll be playing in their flying car, I bet.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, that's absolutely going to happen.
Oh, yeah. We're
the
waiting
year
for
of
it.
Rush, 2112. Very good for the Rush people out there. You want to watch this Dice thing?
I live for it.
So, thanks to the guy that tweeted it. I gave you credit on Twitter yesterday. I can't find you right now.
Where, did Dice?
They just ran into him.
They ran into him.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, man.
And just asked him to comment. What is that on his face?
It's an eye patch.
It's an eye patch.
He's either a pirate or somebody poked him in the eye.
Does he have like a bum eye now or something?
I don't know. I don't know what this is about.
I'm a pirate.
It might just be him.
Him being like crazy?
Yeah, like I'm going to walk around like this for a while. This is
you
my
know
thing.
what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out with an eye patch on. Just to screw people. Avast, matey. Fire cannons. Oh! I'll get ye.
He's got an eye patch.
Oh, raise the Jolly Roger. I got the jolliest Roger ever. Look, the cannonball, it's over here now. I'm going to launch it over there. Over there, but it's over here now.
Yeah.
You hear? You hear me? I want the cannons to all go, a goosh, a goosh. Hey, what's in Davy Jones's locker? Let's check. Who's this Davy Jones? Why would one of the monkeys have something in a locker at the bottom of the ocean? It's stupid. Where's my parrot? Hey, I need my parrot for my shoulder. And my peg leg. Oh, some chick was like, oh, Dice, fuck me with your peg leg. I was like, shut up, you whore. I'm a pirate.
Why is he a pirate?
I got a puffy shirt. I don't want to be a pirate.
Why is he a pirate? What is he doing?
I don't know, but he has a patch on his eye. He's a madman. Fucking Dice.
You think he's walking around with some of those doubloons?
Some gold doubloons.
Doubloons?
How much for the sweatshirt? No, I'll give you 4 doubloons. I ain't paying 5 doubloons. You hear?
I hear me. He hears himself, which is nice.
What is this? Pieces of 8? I got some pieces of 5 I'll pay. No 8 for you. Do you remember the time we pillaged your ship? Do you remember? Look at my hat. I got a pirate hat. The hat.
Yeah, why isn't he wearing a hat? He loves hats.
He should wear the hat with a feather.
And is he trying to be a Somalian pirate or a regular pirate? Old school pirate?
Old school.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the other ones. I'll get that chick. After I bang her, I make her walk the plank. You dirty whore. My parrot. That's great piratey music. I like that. Let's see what Dice is doing, though, with this patch on his eye. I got to know what the fuck this is all about. So they ran into Dice and asked him about who?
Gilbert. But then then he really turned his attention to hating Twitter and Charlie Sheen.
Okay. Let's give a listen.
Your one-stop shop.
Oh, little commercial. That's good.
Of course.
And everything.
How long is this commercial, though?
It's going pretty fast. It's already 3/4 over.
It's a 15-second one.
Yeah,
right?
it's a quickie.
All right, we can handle 15-second commercials.
There we go. Here it comes.
As a very controversial comedian in your day, what do you think of what Gilbert Gottfried said that got him kicked off of Affleck?
What Gilbert Gottfried said? I don't even know what he said. What did he say?
Basically, he put out a Twitter tweet about
another Twitter.
Yeah.
Another idiot with Twitter.
He put out a tweet.
You know, I don't even have a Twitter account. You know that? You know what I got? My wife does it for me. Mrs. Dice Clay. Anybody wants to Twitter me? Okay, who gives a about Gilbert? You know, you come to me with Eddie Murphy, well then maybe I have a comment. You know what I mean? You know, maybe. What did he say?
He said
something about. Wait, I think something about. Like he made fun of the Japan thing, the Tokyo thing.
Yeah, he made fun of the tsunami.
And he made fun of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said Japanese. He said Japanese.
Forget about him. How about well this that everybody's afraid to say anything to this Charlie Sheen with all his ranting and all the attention he's getting. Maybe he should say something nice and maybe some kind words to all those people out in Tokyo and to their families while he's got the spotlight on him. You know what gets me about something like that? Nobody's got the balls to tell this guy how up he is. He's on TV terrorizing newscasters because they seen him waving a machete in the air. He's saying, I'm winning. Let me tell you something, Charlie. I used to be a big fan of what you do. You did some great movies in the past, and you get an opportunity to be on one of the greatest sitcoms of this decade, and then you go on TV and promote drugs. You call that winning when you get fired from a hit sitcom? You call that winning? Do you call winning when there's custody battles, your kids are being taken from you, and you're living with two porno actresses that I could watch on YouTube, jerk my and shut on the off button, and you think you're winning going from a hit show to a cooking show, tossing a salad? Get the help you need, because I'm sick of watching the Charlie show. Face. Take a word of advice. I'm not afraid to tell you. You're up. They do commercials about drugs all the time. This is your brain on drugs, and then they put it in a frying pan and show the eggs scrambling. Now they got Charlie Sheen to look at. You're so up. You don't even see the billboards from that show you was doing. The one you're being a anti-Semitic guy to your ex-boss, whatever his name is, that you're doing anti-Semitic remarks. Nobody likes that. You're not a rock star. You're not a comic. You're the biggest loser in the world as far as I'm concerned, okay? Go get the help you need. Nobody's on Twitter watching you going, hey, Charlie's great. Charlie's winning. Everybody's watching you fall, and everybody's afraid to say it to you. Get help. And Gilbert, I think you lost a job, didn't you? Maybe you need some help, too.
Why? But why are you wearing a pirate patch on your eye saying this? Dice, why do you have a pirate patch?
Isn't that a great rant? But the fucking newspaper blew it because it's the news, so you don't need the beeps.
Oh, the beeps.
I would love to hear that unedited.
I know, yeah.
But although the beeps kind of make it funny because at one point it's
just all beeps, yeah.
Not a bad rant by our old friend, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been doing that for a while. Did you see his white sideburns with the dark black ones painted? Yeah.
Yeah, the white sideburns.
He can't keep up with that. The gray hair is growing in really fast.
It's really coming in quick on the Dice Man.
By the time he puts his medicine on, it's already turning
medicine.
It's turning gray again or white.
I thought what he was doing was growing out the sideburn white and then coloring it in and then shaving around that.
I think he's fooling around with some shit right now.
Oh, that's funny.
He's fooling around with his look. And I have a feeling that the patch is completely a goof.
I'm a swashbuckler. That's a great word, Ray. A swashbuckler.
Maybe he's going to pick up a blunderbuss.
I need a blunderbuss so I could shoot people with my blunderbuss.
Oh, he has an eye infection. He told his audience in Fort Lauderdale. That's why I love having this show, man.
I came in my eye,
right,
and it got infected.
Probably.
I got conjunctivitis like the puppies in those late-night commercials. Someone adopt me already. Look at me. Adopt the Dice. Please adopt the Dice. I'm in this cage with my runny eyes, and I'm pissing on a fucking the bottom of a cage, and it's hurting me. My little feet and hands, it hurts on the metal cage. Look, I'm making sad eyes, and my nose is running, and I'm panting. My eye's infected. I will remember you.
How long does it take to find the song?
I know.
I see what he's doing
I was
in
about to pull it
there.
up on YouTube, and then I'm like, you know what? By the time I get to it,
That should be on a
YouTube,
hot
it's just
button,
over.
man. That song should be on a hot button. We
Yeah,
go
really
to it a
do
lot.
we really do need that on a
still
hot
trying
button.
to find it.
Oh, we rock.
And he goes, I got it.
Yeah.
It's over now.
I'm already done. And I'm spent.
And I'm spent.
See, it would have been like this. Watch. And my eye is infected because could you please adopt a dice? My eye is all crusty and red, and it's dripping goo. It looks like banana juice is coming out of my eye when you look under this patch. Can you find it in your heart to take home a dice? I'm in a cage. I'm shitting myself. I got shit on my coat. I've been pissing all over my feet. You gotta help me. I need a home.
You gotta sound sadder or they're not gonna adopt you.
Some of the broads, look at me. Oh, I'm very sad. My eyes are runny. And my ass hurts from sitting on this metal cage. So take me home, you fucking cocksucker. Anyone, get me out of here. I'm behind a cage. Look at my nose is dripping. Look, my nose is all cold because I'm sick and I have an eye infection. And this fucking cunt is singing this song. It should tug at your heartstrings. I'm a pirate. Woof, woof. Take me home, you asshole. Come on, you fucking jerk-off face. Look at me. I'm sad. I'm very sad. Take your own dice home. I'll bring you your fucking slippers at night. I'll lick your face or your bugs.
Nice. That's good shit right there.
I can't get over him with the pirate. What is he doing? You think it's a bit?
No, a guy from Miami. Saw Dice at the Fort Lauderdale Improv 2 weeks ago. He had the patch, said he had an eye infection. So,
God damn.
and someone else wrote "Yo ho ho" in a bottle of cum. Israel checking in.
Israel.
Israel, yes. So,
Oh my God.
very good.
Oh, that was good. I liked his
I like
take on that. I
that.
wonder if there is an unedited version somewhere.
Yeah.
Who did that though? Because it was on the
Well, it was the New
it
York.
was on the Post.
It was the New York Post. You're the news. You don't have to put beeps in it.
But it's like, what was the Post doing?
Everyone's
Did they just
doing that.
wander around and?
Everyone's doing that now. Yeah, you can't just be a newspaper. You gotta.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta spread your shit out.
But I would think that was probably L.A., right?
Everyone's going with a visual element except for us. We're doing it on our own, behind the scenes shit.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as we do film like our radio show, they have a problem with it for some reason.
Well,
Even newspapers now have a visual element. Will you wake up down the hall, please, and get us a visual
Wake up.
element so these people could see shit
Yeah.
as they're listening to this?
yeah, they should.
But I do have that on my Twitter if you want to check it out. Opie Radio.
Twitter.
The dice with the iPad. Shh. Hey, we
Yeah.
got to get that reporter on.
right.
W7VOA. It's
What's
like
his-
8:30 at night in Japan, I think.
What's his real name?
Steve Herman.
I got it there. Yeah, that's it.
Steve Herman.
Herman.
He's given some great info on Twitter, W7VOA. And once again, I want to thank Andy Levy. He was the one that turned us on to this.
Oh yeah.
Andy Levy's a great one to follow as far as news goes. And actually, not actually. And
He's a
and
rip.
he's also a funny guy.
Yeah, very funny.
So it's a nice combo when you follow him.
Bunch of happy St. Pat's thing.
Huh?
Bunch of happy St. Pat's coming in on the tweet. On the tweeter, as they say.
All right.
Yeah, so we're going to talk to that guy.
Yeah, they're
He's
just
got
calling him right now,
The
so we're just
inside scoop.
We're just trying to...
He tweeted that he was going to be on our show.
He did.
Yeah.
That's nice of him.
All the news you need to know from Japan.
And I hear
He's
I
there.
hear he does work for CNN or something.
Yeah.
International, I think. So then why is he getting info before CNN?
Because he's there. So he probably gives it to him. He's probably the guy with the info.
And he tweets it as he's
Tweets
giving
it, and then they pick it up.
Yeah, the news organizations, they're still behind when it comes to Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to catch up.
So many times we tweet shit before
before the news.
The big news Twitter account.
I read stuff on Twitter before it actually hits the news.
Oh, yeah. All
like
the time.
You could get your news now, at least a headline, from Twitter or other places on the internet.
Is it just ringing?
Ring,
we could certainly move on to something else.
Banana phone. Oh, E-Rock's talking.
Was that on the air or just in our ears?
I think it was just in your ear.
Oh. You can talk on the air sometimes.
They're ringing.
Not now.
Right
No, now it's too late because we already got the info.
He just tortured the poor
By
fella.
the way,
There he is.
there is something happening because of E-Rock. Justin Stengel, who is one of the head writers at Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
Who's certainly a friend of mine and a friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
He thought it was the funniest fucking thing when I brought up the whole "Are you watching the news" with E-Rock?
Oh, yeah.
And now people are just randomly tweeting, "Are you watching the news?"
Yeah, I got that.
Justin did one this morning. I just did one.
I got
He
that
goes, "It was the
text
funniest
yesterday.
fucking thing because we all know people that do that to us."
Watching the news?
Watching the
What?
news.
It's like, why?
You should never get a text that just says, "Are you watching the news?"
Yeah. I got a text yesterday from you. That was that.
Oh, I did it to you.
You're watching the news?
I
Yeah.
did it to you. Okay, I forgot. Yeah.
What
I forgot.
the fuck, man?
You were in on the bid, right?
I know.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, it's just so you guys can understand how ridiculous it is. And then E-Rock gets mad at me.
Are you watching the news? How about you got a few more letters to use?
You have 140 characters watching the news.
A little quickie on what I'm supposed to be watching on the news, or what's
course.
so amazing.
But it's bubbling on Twitter now. People are just kind of randomly
Watching the news?
tweeting that here and there. Let's say hi to Steve Herman, live from Japan. Mr. Herman, how are you, sir?
Terrified, not from tsunami, earthquakes, or nuclear radiation, but I've heard about you guys.
Oh no, we're
Believe,
saints.
I would say only believe 33% of what you hear,
That's true.
and I'm not even joking.
We're not all.
Unfortunately, the media only grabs on one thing we do, the shock jock thing, which we do very well when we need to. But we're also very, very intelligent guys.
We have a bad rep.
We sure do.
Yeah,
and we're
we have a bad rep.
we're seers. We're modern day seers. We come up with stuff way before it actually happens.
We're like that girl in school that may have been a little sexually active with one person, but then the whole school thinks she's a slut.
Right.
That's pretty much where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the drift.
Yeah.
This is a real newsman, Andy.
I know.
We don't want to lose him before we start.
Well, I just wanted to give him that whole thing. I could have gone much more detail with that little analogy, but I kept it nice.
He certainly held back on
Yes,
on that
sir.
one. So, Steve Herman, just a little history. We got this guy, Andy Levy. I don't know if you know him personally, but he was the one that pretty much told a lot of people to follow you, W7VOA on Twitter, and I certainly went there. And I started noticing right away, wow, this guy has news way before I'm seeing it on my TV.
Yeah, what?
That's not too hard these days, but
Yeah, we were just discussing that. It seems a lot of these news outlets are way behind, especially on Twitter. Getting the news out.
well, I think part of it is news networks in the United States don't have a lot of people posted in many places anymore, and also there is a journalistic need, of course, to verify something before you put it on the air. It's much easier to write a tweet than it is to go through the entire process of getting a story on the air. So I do empathize with them because I also do the traditional media thing too, and it can take hours to get something on our air or on our website as well, and that's the wonderful thing about Twitter. It is an early warning system, and
I get a lot of my the first things I hear about are usually on Twitter, and then you go to the news for the details of what happened. But you've been really active and letting people know kind of what's going on over there in Japan.
Yeah. One last thing, just to set it up. Who do you work for, Steve?
I am the Northeast Asia Bureau Chief of the Voice of America.
Okay.
And VOA is paid for with your tax dollars, but we are an external broadcaster. We are forbidden, actually, under the Smith-Mundt Act from broadcasting to the United States.
Wow. And what is the, just out of curiosity, what is the reasoning behind that, by the way?
There's a bit of history. When VOA was set up during World War II, apparently there were members of Congress that were nervous about the government getting into the broadcast business. Of course, that's perhaps a valid concern. And also there was pressure on some members of Congress, apparently from owners of commercial broadcast stations who didn't want the government competing with them. So VOA broadcasts to the rest of the world. We have 45 language services. We have mainly radio, some television services. The website, and in some countries it is the number one news broadcast, for example, in Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan? Wow. You guys, imagine having to get ratings and going like, hey, we're doing great in the Afghanistan 1834 men demo.
Believe it or not, in Afghanistan and in North Korea that go out and do listener surveys.
Really? Wow. Do you ever have to do appearances by roadside bombs or anything? See the wacky DJ thing, you know how that goes.
I've been close enough to roadside bombs to want to keep my respectful distance.
Now out there in the field.
Now you're not allowed to broadcast back to the United States, you said, right? But aren't you doing that through Twitter?
Well, it's not directed at Americans, and that's one of the interesting things about how you can say that the Smith-Mundt law may be archaic, because, and in fact, when VOA first went on the Internet, there was some concern about, oh my gosh, someone in the United States can actually access this directly.
Right.
But obviously, technology has overcome those barriers, but the target is definitely not Americans as far as our audience.
And the problem, Eric M. from Detroit, the problem is that they try to verify the news before posting it, plus an editor reviews it. That's why the delay.
That's part of it, yes.
All right, but if you got a little credibility behind you, and it seems like Steve Herman does, it's great to just get that news right, out there to the people quickly.
Yeah.
That's what we're noticing with you, sir.
It's something that I got into Twitter when I was the South Asia bureau chief based in Delhi when the Mumbai terror attack happened, and I discovered it was a very quick way to sort of get a snapshot of what was going on, not necessarily take things on Twitter and put them on the air, but you can definitely see trends developing, and I have found Twitter actually to be a very reliable source as long as you're following people that are considered credible. So when I first signed up for Twitter, I really never intended to be active tweeting. It was rather another tool that I was looking at to gather information, which of course I still do as well.
Are you broadcasting to America by taking this phone call? It seems like you're breaking a lot of rules, Steve.
It's not broadcasting.
Oh, this is not broadcasting.
No.
Okay. Hey, and I also noticed that it looks like your whole job is to go to very dangerous places around the world. Delhi.
Delhi. You go to the Delhi.
Delhi.
Pakistan. I covered North Korea.
I've been to Delhi. That's pretty
I
nasty
have
too.
Getting insurance.
Yeah, really. Wow. Yeah. Do you have loved ones that are worried about you a lot of times?
I think most people who were close to me quit worrying about me years ago.
Oh, really?
They just realized that's hopeless.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of adventurous, to be in some of those situations. A little danger in your life.
Where do you call home?
I own a house in Tokyo. I lived there for 16 years. I'm also from Las Vegas, Cincinnati originally, but grew up in Las Vegas. That's still my domicile in the United States because it has no state income tax. And I'm based in Seoul, Korea. So
he's all over the place.
I live in a bunch of different places.
Wow. Well, so what do you got as far as info going on in Japan right now?
And how close are you to the nuclear power plant?
I'm as close as you can get, practically, without being one of those few people left at the plant who are trying to put out the fire. I'm about 45 miles to the west of the plant. I'm definitely in the zone now that the United States Embassy yesterday declared a zone of which American U.S. citizens should be out of.
Yeah.
And we will probably be out of here tomorrow. What is happening right now is about 5 special fire trucks and other vehicles have been sent into the plant to try to put out the fire at the number 3 reactor, which earlier in the week exploded. has cooling issues with the spent fuel in the pool. These are rods that have been removed from the plant.
Yeah, they're being stored in the container.
Underwater, they're fine. That contains MOX fuel, which has plutonium in it, and that's the one they're most concerned about. And that is one of 6 reactors there, and all 6 of those reactors are having problems to some degree. Now, earlier in the day, you may have seen this dramatic video of these Japan Self-Defense Force twin-rotor helicopters doing 4 runs, dropping 7.5 tons of water, 3 shots at the number 3 reactor and 1 shot at the number 4 reactor. And we haven't had anybody call it a success. Obviously, if they sent the trucks in later, it wasn't a success, but we could see on the video taken from 30 kilometers away, I think that's about 20 miles, that the wind was sort of blowing the water.
Yeah, blowing it right off target.
So that's the situation right now. As we speak, the Nuclear Safety Agency is holding a news conference down in Tokyo explaining some things, and I'm going to try to tape that while we're talking because obviously I can't do 2 things at one time.
Don't want to interfere with your gig. How many languages do you know?
I'm I would say, I guess people consider me fluent in Japanese. And I've been working on my Korean, and I like to study Mandarin, but I really haven't had much time for language study.
Isn't it the same? It's the same language, isn't it? Well, to you. To you, it is. What's your like? You stick to facts and what you know and what you've learned and see. What though is your gut feeling about what's going on? As a person, you're there. What are you feeling about this situation?
Well, I would say that in the past 36 hours is the first time when I have thought there is a decent probability that they may not be able to get this under control.
And you still feel that way?
We have seen nothing happen in the past day that changes my mind. Now, they may come out any minute and say, look, these water cannons that have been putting water on the number 3 reactor are doing a good job. They're also working to get power restored so that they can have an electrical-powered cooling system. Because we had these multiple failures. It was the tsunami that came over, swamped the plant after the plant had automatically shut down in the earthquake. Then they went on battery power for the cooling system. The batteries failed, and the transmission lines have been knocked out by the tsunami. It was just, a cascade of horrible events that has put us where we're at today.
Right.
But, it's going to be whack-a-mole, I think, for a while in the sense that, they may get one under control and then they've got to deal with another. And if they've got high levels of radiation on the ground there, which they apparently do, you can only keep these personnel in there for short periods of time.
Yeah, I guess that's putting a damper on the whole thing. Jesus. What about getting power restored or getting some generators on site and getting those pumps up?
Well, again, you're talking about a number of personnel that need to go in, right? But right now, I think before they even are able to focus on that, the first priority is to prevent a meltdown of these cooling rods so that they don't go critical again and start spewing high levels of radiation into the atmosphere. That's where we're at right now. Now, I'm just getting word from the Kyoto News Agency that radiation levels have gone up after the water shot at the Fukushima reactor.
Now, what would that imply?
That has just been announced.
What would that imply?
It could be that the water being sprayed is dispersing.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the radiation out to right outside the plant. I don't know how to gauge the significance of that right now.
Wow.
That would, because if there is water hitting the radioactive material and then turning to steam, I would think that would be a way to carry the radiation out of the plant and raise the levels.
Right.
It might also, I'm just speculating, of course, it might also show that these things might be uncovered to an extent.
The problem is that we believe that the roofs of these reactors, the buildings, that the roofs were blown off by the explosions, these hydrogen explosions. So they are exposed to the atmosphere.
Wow.
And that is definitely also the case at the number 4 reactor, because I believe that cooling pond has been exposed for a couple of days, and that number 4 reactor also had a fire as well.
Well, it doesn't sound very promising that this is going to be taken care of anytime soon. That's for sure. What else do you see going on as far as the earthquake damage and tsunami damage that isn't part of the nuclear power plant? People trying to get their lives back together?
It's unimaginable. Number one, you've probably had hundreds of communities that were washed out to sea, and they're not finding a lot of survivors. The dead and missing right now is 13,000 officially. It could actually be much higher than that. There are international rescue crews. One of my colleagues is up in Iwate Prefecture today working on that. I went up to Sendai one day this week. The port of Sendai was hit by an incredible tsunami, and I was standing in the port of Sendai, and in every direction I looked, there were vehicles that had been destroyed in every way you can imagine. They had been compressed like an accordion. They had been put up one on top of another. Some were smashed horizontally, others vertically, others that were flipped upside down. I have some pictures that were out on the voanews.com website. Of course, we can't promote that to Americans. And then you've all seen the aerial shots of these places. Sendai, a part of the city, is just gone, and other parts you go into downtown Sendai, and it looks like a modern, clean, bright Japanese city, except that there's not a lot open, and that's another big story. Is part of Japan from Tokyo on up is just seizing up. That's the word that I would use. It's just like a piece of machinery that is frozen on itself because supermarket shelves are empty, restaurants are closing. I've been 2 times this week to a sushi shop here in Koriyama in Fukushima Prefecture, where the owner is somehow managing to stay open, and the fish is great, and he's advertising a disaster sushi set for 1,500
two-headed tuna. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. Boy, I'd be a little leery of eating anything north of Tokyo.
Remember, all the fish that has come in is probably came in before all of this radiation.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem. There's no logistics anymore.
Yeah,
part of the country is not getting resupplied, and now with the radiation fear, definitely I would say around Fukushima Prefecture, that there's going to be truck drivers afraid to come in and all sorts of things. We'll probably leave Fukushima Prefecture tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I suspect we're going to have to. There's nothing left here, really, in terms of we went to the only supermarket in town that was open today for 6 hours. The shelves were almost all empty. Grabbed a box of bottled water, some supermarket sushi, some snacks, and I can tell you tomorrow there will be nothing to eat in that entire supermarket in this city.
And no resupply
in cities up and down the coast that this is the situation right now.
And no resupply in the foreseen future, huh? Wow. That is something, man.
Yeah.
Well,
so we have a number of just unbelievable events all going on at the same time in eastern and northern Japan.
Now, as far as south of Tokyo and Tokyo itself, is it for the most part business as usual?
No. No, Tokyo is not business as usual. Now, there are some train lines still running, and some people have gone to work this week, but a lot of the commuter trains, most people in Tokyo rely on commuter trains to get to and from work. Mm-hmm. They're not running. If you look at and I've talked to people who've said there's been runs on all sorts of things from toilet paper to bottled water to batteries in Tokyo, and we're having an earthquake right now, an aftershock.
Oh.
This is a pretty small one. We eat these for breakfast these days.
Oh my God. Holy gee!
I just held my breath. And I'm nowhere near that.
Well, when they start off, you never know how big they're going to get.
Right. They all start the same, huh?
And you just wait, you just pause.
Oh God, you're just going to sit there.
We've been getting these. They're almost every couple hours.
Wow.
And we've had two this week that have been above magnitude 6, and there was a warning from the Japan Meteorological Agency, I think it was on Sunday, that we were going to get another magnitude 7 earthquake. They were actually saying that within the first 3 days there was a 70% chance, and then after that a 50% chance within the next few days. So we're due for that at the moment.
Oh my God.
Just unbelievable.
We love your tweets. Very informative. Andy Levy from Red Eye over there at Fox News, he turned us on to you, and it's really cool. It's good to have somebody that's right there putting that info out there immediately.
Yeah, we're talking to Steve Herman on Twitter. It's W7VOA. So, anything else there, Steve? I think we covered most of it, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think we just really need to find out what has happened tonight with this spraying operation. They've said that they're not going to try the helicopters again today. I don't know if they're even going to try that at all again. It didn't look very effective. The next 24 hours is absolutely critical, but we are seeing a situation now. We didn't really talk about the evacuations that are going on even from Tokyo, where the United States Embassy is bringing in charter flights from overseas to put Americans on those planes. Other governments have advised their nationals to actually leave Tokyo.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little telling.
And that's because of the radiation.
It's partly due to the radiation. The other problem is just with the infrastructure, with supplies running out.
Right.
We do have a significant venting of radiation into the atmosphere. You can imagine that would cause even more of this panic buying in places like Tokyo.
Sure. And what was the other? And is it possible this gets to a level 7, the nuclear power plant situation?
We're
at a 6 right now, right?
AEA about that. I think we're already at a 6. Right?
Yeah, they say we're at a 6.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, some of the people listening on Twitter want to know what is a prefecture. It is basically a state.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, you could assume in the context he put it in.
I wasn't going to
assume
assume that because Japan's only as big as Montana, which is a state.
It was here, prefect. Hey, prefect.
Their states are very tiny over there.
From the oldie days.
Yeah.
Well, again, thanks, and thanks for coming on the air with us, and we'll keep looking at your tweets. What's the
W7VOA.
W7VOA.
That when I never knew that I would be such a presence on Twitter. I thought I'd always be more of a follower than having a big following. But that is, in case you're trying to figure out what that means, obviously the VOA part. But W7VOA is my ham radio call sign.
I assume that had to be some kind of ham radio thing, because W7. I was a little bit of a radio geek in my day. Back in the 70s.
The earthquake was not a biggie. We're just getting the information out. It was centered here in Fukushima Prefecture. It is a magnitude 4.4. It's not even worth commenting.
Jeez,
that's easy.
That's nothing.
Go through that.
You guys.
That's nothing.
You guys over there.
You're just wacky. All right, Steve, can we call you again or what?
Sure. It'd be great. Like I say, I don't know where we will be tomorrow. Probably somewhere differently, and hopefully we'll still be in telephone range or mobile phone range.
Let's see.
That was pretty good.
All right, good. All right. He's relieved. He's more relieved he made it through an Opie and Anthony phone call than
the earthquake. Yeah,
the earthquake
That's
itself.
Horrible.
All right, Steve. Thanks, you so much, sir.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, you
Thanks.
too. Stay
Bye-bye.
safe. Steve Herman, everyone, live from Japan.
Everybody, see, because I wanted info from the guy because everybody was just saying, Anthony, you got to go. Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman. You have a telephone call at the front desk.
I was gonna go with a Pee Wee thing.
Yeah, that's it.
So Pee Wee. That's pretty cool. We got that guy on our side.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Which is nice.
4.4. He goes, it's not even worth commenting about. Half of us would shit our pants if we felt the 4.4 right now in New York.
It's just like, hang on. Yeah, we're having an earthquake right now.
Yeah. We're
then
having an earthquake.
I stopped breathing because now I'm waiting to see if it's going to be a really big one or what.
This is him yelling at somebody. We didn't get to this, but this is him yelling at somebody earlier.
I'm trying to use the phone.
See? It was, and he couldn't hear from all the noise. Yeah. And thank God we caught him right after this.
Morning, Mr. Breakfast. Can I have some Mr. Cheese cereal? Okay. Pity the poor fool. Don't eat my cereal.
You know what?
Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk.
And you know, he called on a very special day for himself.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Thank you, all dear friends, for coming to my birthday.
We can't just leave it alone.
See, this
Come on, everybody. Wake up. Rise and shine.
We had a great conversation. It was very informative.
Steve
the guy's
Herman.
right there on the front lines.
Yes.
And we can't just leave it alone.
He did tape his reaction when he saw the tsunami coming in.
Did he?
Oh, it feels good to laugh.
He did find something living in some of the rubble, though.
Oh.
Yes, you are a pretty kitty.
I meant to do that.
Yes. Brother.
Nice. Okay, we're going to take a break. American Idol.
I don't watch it.
We don't watch American Idol anymore, but this is definitely a headline today. Casey Abrams, I guess.
Casey Abrams.
Song Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is so bizarre.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
On American Idol. Who's in charge of, like, giving them permission to
they
use
got
it?
a music director. I don't know. They figure that shit out. And
I mean, don't they need permission? And can someone say, no, man, we're not going to let you use the music, man?
Thumbs up or down with Selena Gomez as she's on TV right now.
Where?
Well, they just moved on, but you know what she looks like.
Oh,
she was
hell
here
yeah.
the other day, too.
Thumbs
up or down? She might be a little too exotic for you.
No,
But
thumbs way up.
But she's got the youth that you like.
Not only that, but it's a double header because when you lick her pussy, you could also taste Justin Bieber's cock. So you're getting two great things in one.
I'm going to go get coffee. Go enjoy yourself with that one.
They're not. I sure hope Voice of America wasn't still listening.
Yeah. That whole Justin Bieber going out with Selena Gomez is such a facade.
It's just bullshit.
He's not fucking popping her.
Really?
No. It's all made up shit.
Really? It's one of those like teen idol romance, like, ooh, look out.
It helps both their careers, although they don't really need much help. Also, American Idol, Ant,
she's very hot.
did something I would deem despicable last night.
Despicable aired?
And we'll explain that next. And then you got the Fallon on Tiger Woods or Tiger Woods on the Fallon.
On Jimmy Fallon's show.
And you got Tiger Woods farting. So we got lots of radio still to
boy.
do.
This is just like Voice of America.
Well, we decided to do all this weird shit after the serious conversation we had.
Yeah, this is like
Steve Herman.
Voice of retarded America. That's what this fucking show is.
You hear how scared he was? I'm like,
I know.
More scared of us than what the fuck's going on.
He's like, yeah, it's an earthquake. And he wasn't even nervous like he was when he first got on the phone. We have a hell of a rep.
Would you feel a 4.4?
Oh, you'd feel it. Yeah, you'd feel that.
You'd feel everything shake a little bit.
But I think he said that's how they start off too.
Right.
A little light, and then they turn and just start rocking back and forth. So he probably was like, "Is this one gonna stop?"
You know, after hearing him, wow, Japan is fucked in general.
To just have to deal with that anxiety of, is this one an aftershock, or is this going to turn into just a giant earthquake again? And
but
is the radiation coming? Is there another tsunami coming? It's too stressful.
It's obviously affecting Tokyo big time now, too.
Yeah, I thought Tokyo was pretty much just running.
Untouchable almost, right?
Yeah.
Getting supplies in other ways and all that, but...
Yeah, but it seems that with the railroad not running, that's huge there. People don't drive cars everywhere. They
Of
take trains.
course.
Yeah, boy.
Is Anderson Cooper okay?
I hope he's okay.
Oh, God, I hope he's staying safe over there. We need him. He's a terrific broadcaster.
He's fantastic.
Rob it.